that time of their life. It's like, oh, well, I'd like to find something else. And so when we put that out there to the universe, we get an answer. And I had a woman say, I have an oil for that. And it's like, I'm listening, tell me more. And that's how it began for me, with a simple oil Indoflex. And then that opened the wide door to sharing with my family. And here we are today, continuing to share. And what it's also brought to me is a friendship with Connie Marie that is invaluable to me, because she also is a huge proponent and supporter of promoting our longevity in our 60s.
Awesome. 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 All right. Without further ado, I'll just give a little quick, my 1 minute business story is that we've been using the products for a few years, making a couple $100 a month in part-time hours by sharing them with others. And my mom and Andrea and I were at our 2012 convention, and Andrea said, you guys, you got to go check out this presentation. I think it's going to change everything in our business. And you have to understand, in 2012, I'd been divorced for a year. I was working as a teacher, long hours, small paycheck, and trying to figure out how I was going to essentially buy soccer cleats for my kiddo who was starting in club soccer. And this became a means to an end. Within 3 years of consistent effort in growing my business, I was earning enough as a gold leader with Young Living to resign as a teacher and really transition to work from home, working part-time hours for Young Living while I raised my kiddos. And now they are a junior and a freshman. I just got remarried in October, and I have 2 bonus kiddos. One's a sophomore and the other one's an 8th grader. And thank God this year I've been available and at home to do all the things that they've needed of me in this time. But more than that, I'm excited about what it's done for other families as well. And watching and sharing the business has just transformed how I've been able to increase my business now as a platinum leader, a solid platinum, steady, consistent growth, even in topsy-turvy economic times of 2020. So as we get started tonight, let me just show you a couple of things to consider. If you have not made the decision that Young Living is a financial solution for you, I want you to just consider for a second that the average life expectancy of a person is about 80 years old. And we've been taught since forever that we spend the first 25 years to go to school and develop skills that are going to employ us for someone else's gain. So they say. And we are to work hard at that job for 40 years so that we can earn money, maybe taking small vacations here or there, but really socking a lot of it away, paying taxes, doing the things, living for the weekend kind of mentality. And what happens is at 65, that's this magical age that we're to retire and enjoy life. But what happens after the stock market crashes or Social Security diminishes is that many people find themselves on a lower fixed income than they were expecting. And they find themselves at that age with declining health because they haven't been paying attention to their body's symptoms and how we are called to slow down and really enjoy our work-life balance throughout those 40 years. What somebody presented to me and what we want to present to you tonight is a different way of looking at the same scale. And that is that, yes, you've been given skills and tools from education, from high school, maybe even some college or professional degrees. You may be choosing to work hard right now at a job that pays well, it has good insurance. It's something that you really enjoy and feel called to. But we want to encourage you to also think about a way that you can add in working smarter for a few short years, 4 to 5 years of working smarter so that you can begin to enjoy life on your terms because you have made a plan for the future. You have a properly stocked emergency fund. You are secure in in the resources that you have, and that you have a plan B. I wasn't expecting after 10 years of marriage to get divorced and have to navigate raising 2 kids on my own. But that was something that came into my life, and I realized it was something that I was going to have to either overcome with a new set of eyes and a new opportunity, or just spend these last several years just incredibly worn out and stressed out. So we can do this working smarter thing by working with trends. The trend that we're specifically working on today, and you heard in Connie's presentation, is that the wellness and beauty industry, of which we're a part, is slated to be $1 trillion industry by 2025. That's only a few years away. Even in the ups and downs of an economy, wellness and beauty continues to grow because of women and men interested in living their best lives. Young Living offers solutions based in essential oils and natural wellness. We have oil-infused supplements and nutrition. Obviously, we help families choose healthy homes by providing natural household products and cleaning agents, as well as Savvy Minerals makeup. We have a CBD line now. We have products that are formulated for kids, babies, and animals. I love how I think Megan said in the comments earlier, if Young Living makes it, I buy it. Like I want to be part of a company that is a lifestyle-based company, as we are. Deborah, do you want to tell us a little bit more? You've already shared your story and your inspiration for getting your business started. Can you share a little bit more about Young Living? You have to unmute yourself, though.
I didn't really get into much of my business story. It was more of product. So I'll just say to you all, it's never too late to get started with putting better material products into your body. And it's never too late to start a business. So when you see Lifestyle 1 and Lifestyle 2, know that that can start anytime in your life. And you can start anytime with these amazing products, because the quality of Young Living's products from seed to seal match no other. And you will be seeing more of that in 2021. Young Living will be really emphasizing the seed to seal process, from the time the seed is planted, cultivated, distilled, tested, and in the bottle. So look for more of that in 2021. We are blessed and honored to be part of a legacy company. It was founded by Gary and Mary Young, and we are into year 27 coming up, that we have been blessed in this world by Young Living essential oils. You will see over the time that Young Living began to the time now that the increase is steady and absolutely on an upswing. And we are proud to be in the middle of that. We began Living Well Now in the middle of that graph, and we're proud to be part of Young Living. Also, you'll notice on this picture that there are 25 countries and growing. And you can see with this map that it's not only Young Living farms, but it's also partner farms across the world. We feel blessed by all of the commitment to excellence in Young Living's work across the country with the seed to seal process. We have been blessed as a family to have been to some of these farms and around the world, and continue to have that on our bucket list.
I'm also just going to throw in there that we have Young Living has open markets with members in over 70 countries. So if you're somebody who's here internationally tonight, know that there is probably an international market that you can tap into as well.
And international markets opening all the time, every day. So right now, we are part of 2 million plus customers in Young Living. So that's very exciting to be part of a booming organization, a booming company. And the exciting part is we have $2 billion a year in sales. And this is continuing to grow steady every year. And really like this manifesto that Young Living has created for us. It's something that we choose to put on our walls to remind us of why we are part of Young Living. The vision, a healthy home for each of us, a healthy world for all of us. And we know that Gary Young's vision is to have oils in all the homes in the world. So we still have work to do and excitement to bring about to others, to teach from our hearts and from our minds and from our souls.
We know that once you fall in love with the products, you'll start recommending them because of your use of them and the success and how great you feel. And so many people just begin their oil sharing very casually by telling their story, inviting people to just take a look, and listening to and honoring people. In fact, this is similar to how my friend Cassie Jennings got started. She's now a strong silver leader closing in on gold. And I'm going to have her just tell you a quick version of her business story as she begins the next section.
Hi, everybody. So my name's Cassie Jennings. I was first introduced to Young Living 6 years ago, or almost 6 years ago, when I became a stay-at-home mom. I was a teacher for 8 years. And then when I was pregnant with my second child, my husband and I realized that my full-time teaching income was going to be just enough to pay for both of our kids to do full-time childcare. And on top of that, on top of not having any extra money, we were going to have to deal with balancing schedules, the stress of teaching, and all of the things. And so we made that decision for me to stay home. And at first I was really excited. Thought it was going to be awesome. Sleep in, lounge around the house, see all the milestones of the babies. And then I quickly realized that that is not my jam. I do not do well with sitting around the house and watching my baby's every moves. And so I found myself, quite honestly, in kind of a sad, dark place that I know many women can experience after childbirth. And so this new shift of being at home and not in a community and around people, and not necessarily having a set schedule that was up to me, it was up to my children, really, really played a toll on my emotions. And so I was literally at my son's preschool teacher's house for an in-home daycare. Many of you know Brandy Newman. And I was sharing with her on her doorstep about how I was feeling, and burst into tears sporadically at her front door, just telling her how I felt so stagnant in life and just not myself. And I'm typically a very upbeat, happy person, and I was just not that person anymore. And also on top of that, just the guilt of not enjoying every single moment at home. And so she had just started her Young Living journey and introduced me to Stress Away, which Connie mentioned so amazingly in the last presentation. And from there, I just knew I needed more of whatever those little bottles were. And so little did I know that from needing emotional support, I was going to gain all of the other benefits of Young Living products, the incredible community that is offered within Young Living and our Living Well Now team. And I knew that this was something I was going to be committed to for my own and my family's health. But what I really didn't expect was everything that came with when I was just sharing my story with other people. So I'm so excited to be here tonight because I am proud to say that even though my kids are school age now, my baby is a first grader, I am able to stay at home thanks to my Young Living income. So that is something to be really excited about. So you might be wondering, what is network marketing? Maybe this is your very first exposure to network marketing. And so here is a list of why network marketing really might be an awesome business for you. Low startup cost, lots of tax benefits. You choose who you get to work with. There's lots of travel opportunities, either for retreats that you earn, conferences, if you travel to share your business with other people. You get to be your own boss. Something really unique to Young Living is that we have no inventory. I do not have a closet full of products. I literally have what I use. There is the ability to leverage your time, which is super important right now that my kids are home full time doing their distance learning. I get to choose when I work and how I work. The personal growth is probably one of my top picks for this business. The person you become when you're choosing to share something with other people is absolutely astonishing. I love it so much. People who knew me 6 years ago have seen that shift of my confidence and my belief and just my personal worth. And it's amazing. Your professional growth. This is a business that you continue to learn. You continue to dive in and develop new skills or master new skills. And so that professional growth is huge. The people you will meet. I was on a call on Monday and with my team, and I was looking at all their faces and thinking about how many of them I would not know if it was not for this business. And I got chills and all excited at the possibility of who I was still going to meet. The people you're going to help with all of their different situations, the experiences you're going to gain. It's just so, so fulfilling. And then, like Ange mentioned, having this income in a time when things are so uncertain has been so amazing for me and so many people in my organization that it's almost a disservice to not share it with other people because of some of that stability that's been there. Okay, so at this point, you're probably thinking, yeah, Cassie, it works for you. It sounds really cool, but you might still have some questions. So you might be wondering some of these things. How does this business work? How do I get paid? How much money can I make? What do I have to do to get paid? And then how do I start? So we're going to go through some of these questions, the most common questions that we've received, but we also want to recommend that you check out Richard Bliss Brooks' 4-Year Career. It's a really great basic manual of this business. So take a look at that if you haven't already. Okay, so it's as easy as this, as simple as this. You're going to gather a few customers who are going to choose to get their products for free. Then you're going to inspire a slightly larger team of people. So the people you know are going to be sharing with other people, and that's creating your sales team. So then those people are going to continue to be sharing with other people, and then your team's growing even more. So this truly is a biz of ships. So we've got relationships, we have friendships that are building, and we have new partnerships. It's a ship just sailing through. And the cool thing, you can build in 25 countries. And like Deborah said, it just is going to keep growing. So an example of how this might look is it starts with you, right? You share with 4 people, and then those 4 people are going to share with 4 people, which is 16. Those 16 people can share with 4 people, and that's going to be another 64. And right there, base 84 repeat customers every month. Those 84 customers could order about $125. This is just for easy math because I was not a math teacher. So 84 customers order $125 of product a month, and that's $10,500 a month in sales, just from those original 4 that you shared, who shared 4, who shared 4. That's going to earn you about 7%, or I'm sorry, you earn about 7% on those sales, and that's going to be about $700 a month. So if you look at this next slide, this is our income disclosure statement, and this gives you the lowest, highest, and average income for each of the different ranks that Young Living has. So if you take a look at that silver rank, that's what we like to call our thousandaires. So the silver rank is earning about $14,912 on average a month. If you break that down, that's about $1,200 a month. Who couldn't use an extra $1,200 a month, right? Now, maybe you work full time. You don't necessarily need $1,200 a month. You're just kind of looking for a couple $100 a month to make a car payment or, pay off some debt, or if you have a big dream that you're trying to save up for, then maybe that executive rank would be a really great rank for you to shoot for. And that average is about $3,400 a year, which breaks down to just a little under $300 a month. Perfect for a car, right? Or a vacation. So sky's the limit, really. It just all depends on what you're going to be putting into it. So I would love to introduce you now to my cute cousin, Carly, who, I'm sorry, Carly, it's just gonna stick like for life now. Even when you're Royal Crown Diamond, I'm going to call you my cute cousin, Carly. She was introduced to this business just 10 months ago and has already reached the rank of executive. She's got a super unique story, and I don't want to take any more of her shine, but I'm really excited that she's here to share with you tonight.
Hi, everyone. Yes, I am Cassie's cute cousin. I started my Young Living journey 10 months ago. Before that, for years, my boyfriend and I have always considered trying to go chemical free, trying to live a more green, natural life, but it felt overwhelming. It felt too expensive. One of us was in college. I was working full time as a waitress, and it just felt unattainable. We moved to Arizona almost a year ago next week, which is crazy. And my cousin lives here, and she'd always been planting seeds about oils. And I was like, maybe. It was always a no for years on end. And then when I found out about thieves and I found out about switching and ditching, I just put it into action. I told myself last January that I was going to get rid of all the chemicals in my house, and I was going to find a way to do it conveniently and on a budget. So when I joined Young Living, I slowly started switching and ditching the products out of my house. A month after we moved here, COVID hit, and I had a job. I got laid off. I got another job, and I got laid off again. I've been laid off 4 times in the last 10 months. So after probably like 3 or 4 months ago, I was like, you know what? I got to take matters into my own hands. I got to take my own life and start building this business, because I can't rely on other companies, my bosses, to give me a job. I have all the skills in other aspects of life to get jobs, but I can't keep a job right now because I work in entertainment, hospitality, restaurant industry. So I was like, well, I got to figure it out. And I figured it out, and I hit executive in 10 months. And I'm so thankful that my cousin not only introduced me to these products, but the business opportunity is changing my life. And if you've been considering it, just do it. Because if you don't go all in now and you don't believe in yourself now, then who knows where you'll be? You might regret it. So just start sharing. That's what I always say. Keep it simple and share your love for the products. So you're probably wondering, can I really make a living? And that was me too. I was like, yeah, I hear about people making a living, but it's only the people at the top of the company. But it's not true for everyone. You really can make a living doing this. And it's really simple to do it as well, by just sharing something you love.
Carly, I am so inspired by you and about your commitment and your consistency. Carly also plugged into the GoPro training over the weekend. She's already working on getting her Ignite ticket and her GoPro 2021 ticket squared away. So I know there are great things for you and your team coming down the next year. And I'm just really stoked that you have such a great mentor in Cassie. Thanks for grabbing onto what you could take control of, even in circumstances that are sometimes out of our control. So that was super inspiring. We know this is a ton of information for you to process, and these might be some questions that are going to help you decide on this call tonight. So what would happen, and many of you are avid product users already, and you've tried the products, and you've even found them to be as extraordinary as we have. Carly shared how amazing they've created her life to be. Cassie shared about that. Deborah shared about that. Connie shared about that tonight. I've shared about that. And would you consider, with something so extraordinary working for you, ever recommending them to someone else? And what would happen if those other people also fell in love with the product? And then what if Young Living just happened to send you a referral income like tomorrow for just referring people to the products? Because legitimately, tomorrow is our payday in Young Living. Our commission checks are already accounted for in the virtual office. And what if your business just kept growing as your dreams grew, as your need for security grew, as your opportunity to give more generously and share more abundantly kept growing? And then what happens if you're part of a team with a proven track record? Now, I know that we have Living Well Now members on here tonight, and I know that we have entrepreneurials on here tonight, and we may even have some Team YL people, but we believe in sharing openly that Living Well Now has taken like hold of what Connie taught us 14 years ago. No, it hasn't been that long. Connie taught us about 7 years ago, some really great foundational business strategies. And we have decided as a community, as a Living Well Now community, that we have a commitment to serving more people through this business. And so our overall mission is to help others live their healthiest lives and build successful businesses. And we see this happening through a process called duplication through education. And so we have very systematically trained and taught our leaders to do the very same thing. So here's our basic power start steps that you can get started with. Some of you have seen this before because at our Ignite event, we offered this as a free download, but we really want to encourage people to create their account with the person who invited them and set up your own monthly order. Get started with that. You choose then at that point to announce your new business by asking people to just take a look. And that doesn't mean a real splashy post on social media. That means some really dug in work with 30 to 50 to 100 people in your phone or in your Facebook friend group that you can message and say, look, I just found these extraordinary products and I can't wait to tell you more about them. Would you just consider taking a look? You can also go, and this is open to anybody on the call tonight, to livingwellnow.com/success. If you haven't downloaded this 3-page document, you're welcome to do that. And you can start to invite your friends and family to upcoming events that you're hosting, or now you know every Wednesday night, we offer this opportunity, call and product education in the Living Well Now Zoom, and you're welcome to invite people to join there. We're team players if you haven't figured that out. If you are brand new to the calls tonight and you are like blown open-minded to all of the options that are available to you, I just want to break it down really simply. To launch your business just takes a purchase of one of our premium starter kits. And actually right now there's a holiday kit that isn't featured on this membership options slide, but you can get a holiday starter kit that comes with a cute little sweet aroma diffuser for $150 and get started with your oils right away, teaching and sharing and using them for your own health goals here in December. To close tonight, we kind of live by this Robert Kiyosaki quote that when we change our focus from making money in a business to truly serving more people, that actually helps the money come in. And we found that to be true time and time again. And we feel incredibly blessed to be able to teach you a little bit about the foundation of Young Living, a little bit about how network marketing works and the benefits to you. And we hope that this is something that if you found a lot of value in, you'll go back to the person who invited you and ask them how you can get started, either sharing or just get started using the products. Guys, thanks so much for joining us tonight. A huge shout out to Deborah, Cassie, and Carly for being co-hosts on this part of our evening. Connie Marie, Gypsy Soul Woman, thank you for what you brought to us in the first hour tonight. We are incredibly grateful to this community and the expansion that we all share in really putting forth amazing frequency into the world to raise everyone's success levels. So thank you for the opportunity to be with you all tonight.